Whoa, this is the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. It's Magic Mental Monday. I'd made another video, but I kept getting interrupted by the children. So I'm going to run some of the footage, and I'm probably going to do an end bit with Owl and the strawberries, because that was pretty golden. But the message I was trying to make was this, and it didn't really formulate well till I just read an email from a young kid. And this is the deal. From what I understand, from the information I've gleaned from the whole deal, spiritual work is dirty work. I think there's a misconception that to get spiritually in tune, it's just like this process of cleanliness. It is about cleaning up your mind and your internal mechanisms and making conscious contact with the light. But the hand-to-hand combat nature of spiritual work can be very dirty. So part of the deal I do with myself is I kind of broadcast my process for going on. So if you look at the last couple days, I got super attached to the lower dimensions. I got all involved with it, and I have a little bit of future tripping, a little bit of dwelling on the past, just kind of sitting in myself with all of my bedevilments. And you gotta go there. I don't want to eat your little shriveled blueberry, bird. No, thank you. I appreciate the offer. So it's this thing where, like, we live in the Western world, which is totally on the broadcast that you're always supposed to be happy, and if you're not happy all the time, there's something wrong. And the way that you stay happy is to purchase stuff and go on these canned vacations, and as long as you have stuff, you'll be happy. As long as you look a certain way, you'll be happy. So we're already living in like this totally warped perspective of what reality is. The first thing to realize is you're not supposed to be happy all the time. That's probably, like, I get a lot of emails about depression, and I suffer from some depression, and it's half of it, besides being biochemical, is also this perception that it's always, something's wrong with me because I'm not happy. Some days you're just supposed to be blah. Some days you're supposed to be mad. Some days you're supposed to be sad. Because when you're happy, you're happy. See, that's what they're trying to do with putting everybody on the chemicals and the pharmaceuticals, is turn you into a zombie, turn you into just a flat line. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is realizing that life's challenging, right? And that we want to have a better experience, that we want to see the world through a different lens, if you will. So we're kind of exploring the spiritual path. We're trying to make conscious contact with God. We're trying to figure out what our connection is with source energy. We're trying to figure out what we're broadcasting into the world, which is what is being reflected to us. So you can go poke around, and I'm sure many of you do. You can go check out all these spiritual YouTube channels where they're telling you, everything's perfect if you do this, and everything's perfect if you do that, and all you got to do is stand on your head for 10 minutes a day and everything will be fine, and if you drink this little green juice, you'll be fine, and if you do this, everything will be cool. I don't play that game, dude. Because that's not the truth. That's not the truth. The truth is, life's madness. Life's on fire, dude. And we have to constantly be adjusting to the storm that is life. How is that for a bunch of mixed metaphors? So the spiritual work we do is very dirty, in the sense of, like, we got to go out in the world and interact with spiritually unfit people. We have to go into the world and interact with spiritually unfit situations. That's what we have to do. You can go sit up on the top of the mountain. I did it for a long time and not interact with the world, dude. But that's spiritual escapism. That's not truly getting spiritually aligned. We're Western, most of the people watching this are Western mindset people. We have to engage the world around us. That's our job. We're not Tibetan Buddhist monks sitting in a monastery sweating cultural genocide by the Chinese, dude. That's not our story. We are these beings, and so part of our deal is we've been given great opportunity to awaken, yet at the same time we've been given the ultimate steel leg trap, which is stuff, which is abundance. Oh, are you done with the berries? But here, if you don't want them, just put them here, okay? Just put them right here, and we'll deal with those in a little bit, okay? You don't have to eat the ones you don't like. So we've been given all this stuff and access to everything to distract us from the truth. And the truth is that we're supposed to experience discomfort. That's what makes us stronger. We're supposed to get attached to stuff so that we can detach. It's this thing that I've begun to realize on my journey is we're supposed to suffer in order to realize how not to suffer, right? Like, I really only know one thing about my life is what I don't want it to look like. So the last couple videos, I was talking about my attachment to what was going on and how it was making me feel and it was making me unsure. I don't want that. I know that. I want to have a spiritually fit experience. But I also have to understand I am not some sort of crazy enlightened being. I'm just this dude trying to figure it out, man. And every 10 steps I go forward now, I take one or two back. It used to be I would take 2 steps forward, go 1 back. So I was like at a 50% ratio. Now I'm like 80% moving forward. But I don't beat myself up anymore because I'm in a down cycle. I share it with you, the viewers, because what I want and what I'm trying to convey is that if you think that life's all about it's perfect and everything's going to be fine, then you're really going to get crushed. Then you're really going to get your ass kicked. Because that's why they broadcast this message of like, oh, you're always supposed to be happy, is so that when you're not happy, you think there's something wrong with you, that you need to go to the shrink or the therapist or whatever. No, dude. It's part of the human. You're supposed to get mad when the bank robs you because they made a mistake. That's supposed to make you angry. But it's what you do with that anger that defines you. Do you unleash on some bank teller? Or do you get real calm and you ask to keep talking to the boss up the chain, and next thing you know, you've gotten everything reversed and all your money back? See, it's this thing that I had to learn the hard way too, is it's not the negative, it's what you do with the negative that makes you stronger. It's the spiritual enlightenment isn't sitting in a lotus position, vibrating and being like, though that's how you do part of the process. It's all about sitting in the middle of the Department of Motor Vehicles and not ripping your face off or wanting to scream. It's about being able to sit there calmly and rationally and just be like, all right, man, this is where I'm supposed to be. Spiritual fitness is about being able to sit in traffic and not be part of the problem. Spiritual fitness is to be able to encounter somebody who's having a bad day and not take it personally and try to rearrange their energy by your energy and give your positivity to them. And so part of the spiritual path is to sit in your own confusion for a moment and not pretend that it's not occurring. Look, I need to kind of get going here on this video. It's run long. Look, there's people, I work in recovery. I'm in recovery. There's a lot of people that start their journey of recovery and try to pretend they don't have these thoughts of wanting to get high, wanting to get loaded. It's inevitable. I don't think about it, but I'm 8 years into it. But you know, every now and then there's a thought. I don't deny the thought, right? Because to resist is to suffer. If I deny that thought can be like a grain of sand in an oyster's mouth and develop into this pearl of destruction, man. And so what we need to do, and what I need to do, I speak for myself, and that's why I share this on this YouTube channel, is when I'm in discomfort, dis-ease, disharmony, I don't run from it anymore. I try to embrace it. I try to go, okay, this is exactly what is occurring with me right now. Do I need to know why? Not particularly, because knowing why takes me out of the now. I just need to be in the moment and go, all right, I'm agitated, I'm discomfort, I'm this, I'm that, blah, 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 blah. So I can separate from the voice inside my head and be truly spiritually in tune with it. And that's what I mean about spirituality is like dirty work. Spirituality is not pretending the world's perfect and everything's perfect. Spirituality is being able to sit in imperfection and disharmony and madness and chaos and not join it. Not make more of it. To sit there and go, oh my goodness, what's my role here? What am I supposed to be learning from this experience? Oh, it's trying to teach me again to let go, to surrender all my ideas and understandings, to return to my truth, that I am a conscious being, that I've never truly been unconscious. I've only perceived myself as unconscious. See, that's the gig. You know, Eckhart Tolle talks about it a lot, and I'm a big Eckhart Tolle. He's sort of like a good starting point for this stuff is you don't need to go to class to learn to be spiritually fit. You don't need to find an instructor. All you need to do is be consciousness. Just be consciousness. Just allow yourself to tune into the thing. But that can only happen if you can get centered in this present moment. And so whenever we're in like this disharmony or life's got some madness going on and there's some chaos, it takes us out of the present moment. The secret is to get in and just hug it and go, all right, man, I'm not feeling great today. I'm not super fired up on the dream. I'm going to just be in this state of disharmony, because eventually the more I embrace it, the more I understand it, the more I get in the now with it, the less power it has, the quicker I get through it. All I've learned from life is the more I resist low frequency feelings, the stronger they get. So it's again, I've talked about it before, you got to jump into Agent Smith's chest and become it, right? How does Neo take over the Matrix? He jumps in Agent Smith's chest, becomes the Matrix, and shatters the Matrix. That's the gig. We can't run from it. Running from it's not the answer. It's to run into it and fly right through the thing and just be like, blah! So I've got a suggestion to figure out how I should do a sign off. I don't know how to do that yet. So this is the illusion, signing off.